Hello, you probably recognise me. I'm Paul Jones, Exhibition Manager, until September at least, for the Warley National Model Railway Exhibition. I have with me my colleague Andy, who you'll also know from these videos, I'm sure. He's going to talk to you about our forthcoming open day on the 7th of July. The exhibition is progressing well. You should already have the dates in your diary, the 23rd and 24th of November at the NEC. Tickets are available from the Ticket Factory, or if you get one of our posters or whatever, look at our website, you can apply for them direct from ourselves. As you know, we're now doing kids for £1. Accompanied children, 16 years and under, as long as they're accompanied by an adult, can come in for £1 per day. Children under 5 remain free, as they always have been. So where have we got to with the exhibition? Well, planning is at an advanced stage, in that we have the floor plan finalised, the stand listings are now in place, and we're now getting down to some of the fine tuning. We have a meeting each summer with our sponsors, which will be taking place later this month, and very early next month we have what's called the team meeting at the National Exhibition Centre, where we meet our colleague from there who looks after us when we're at the NEC. We'll be going through the details of how we're going to arrange the show and the effects of the NEC's rules and how we need to apply them, and if there's anything we're doing at the show that might be contrary to those. I have to say though, this is our 27th show at the NEC, so we've got plenty of experience and there haven't been many issues over the years. But it's a process that has to be gone through every year. So looking at the layouts, etc., we have, as you will know, something like well over 90 layouts, probably something like 93, 94. Unfortunately, for various reasons, we often lose a layout closer to the show due to ill health, sadly, etc., etc. But it's looking good. We've got some great exhibits. Just to pull out one or two of these that come to mind from the layout list I've got here. Again, as I say, all this information is on the website, our website, Warley National Model Railway Exhibition. Campbell's Quarry you might find interesting, you haven't seen that. Working shovels, digger shovels in 16mm narrow gauge, very, very well modelled, modest space, but a great little railway to watch. We're very pleased to have a layout called Nafferton in O gauge. This is a layout that's been quite a number of years in the making, but this is its first ever exhibition from Dave Wellington and his friends, and that looks like being a really super layout. Photographs are stunning, so one well worth having a look at. We have, as you'd expect, all the scales gauge combinations in 4mm scale, so in 18.8 3mm gauge, S4 or P4, Blackfriars Bridge Station from Blackfriars Bridge MRG, that's a fascinating layout. In EM I would pull out North Ballahoolish for Andy Cooper and his friends, and again in 16.5mm gauge and conventional 00, a good selection of layouts there, a number of which are what we call modern image, that is post 1968 post-steam layouts, a number of those, and some much older layouts. One worthy of note, which you may not have seen or may escape your notice, is a layout from Larry Calvert called Cato Pass, which is what might have been or might be in the future type layouts, sort of inspired by the steampunk movement, which if you know about, you'll understand what that does. So again, some great exhibits there, and a good selection of narrow gauge layouts as well. What I just mentioned there, the Tarrant Valley Railway from the Wimborne Railway Society, is a complete branch line in 009. Substantial layout, a complete branch line equivalent to somewhere like the Festiniog or the Welsh Portland Fair in 009, well worth having a look at. In 3mm scale, we've got Mike Corp's super layout, Haybridge Wharf, and in 2mm fine scale, we've got Modbury by Ian Smith, a particularly well effective 2mm fine scale layout. Then the usual layouts in N-gauge, so the usual layouts, a number of good layouts in N-gauge. We've got 12, or we're expecting 12 Two I'd pull out there. One is our own club layout, Halls Junction, which this year will be in its completed form, and watch out for that in a forthcoming issue of the Railway Modeller. And also Spirit of Swindon by Will Heath. Now, you may have seen that it covered 3 issues of the Railway Modeller. It's a fantastic N-gauge layout, well presented, theatrically presented in fact, and well worth seeing. We have our usual collection of overseas prototypes from a number of countries. Some prototypes representing German, Swiss, USA, Chinese even, Iraq, Belgium, Ireland, Czechoslovakia and Japan. So a good selection there, a number of which are coming from Europe, and as you may know, those layouts, 4 or 5 of them each year, generally prove very popular. They're not very often seen in the UK, so well worth making the effort to come to the NEC to have a look at them for inspiration. We have the usual collection of vintage layouts, including a celebration of 50 years of the Hornby Railway Collectors Association, and they will be bringing a selection of layouts representing Hornby and Hornby Dublo over the years. One of the popular features of our exhibition is the prototype inspiration, and this year we're very fortunate to have coming to the show the North Eastern Railway autocar, recently restored, which has had a lot of accolades. Purely by coincidence, it'll be at the show at the same time that Rails are likely to launch their 4mm scale model. So you have one of those in mind, you'll be able to compare it with the real thing, which will be very closely located to the models. And then the usual modelling displays, etc. Model engineering display, Kinver Society of Model Engineers. And we shall also be having, courtesy of, I think it's called the National Wagon Group, a prototype wagon in the exhibition, an HAA. And our friends at Tyseley Vintage Train Society are promising a surprise on their stand. I'm not sure what it is yet, but should be interesting. We're not able to make any comment about that yet, as we don't know what it is, so stay tuned to these videos for the future to see what's going on. So we've got a lot beginning to happen, it's all beginning to come together, it's all going to take place on the 23rd and 24th of November next. Now, being filmed as I record this is the Great Model Railway Challenge. That is being repeated this year, obviously, and it's going to be 6 episodes, I believe, this time instead of 5 last time. And I can guarantee that the winning layout will be at the show. So if you follow the series on TV and you want to see the winning layout of the Great Model Railway Challenge, which is going to be quite a large layout, I understand, please make a note and come along. Because just remember, this is the must-go-to show. Thank you. There'll be further updates as we progress. So I'll hand you over to Andy now, who's going to talk about the Warley Model Railway Club Open Day.
Okay, thanks Paul. So, Summer Open Day this year is going to be Sunday the 7th of July, as Paul said earlier. The open times for the club room is 11 till 4. Normal club activities, so we're going to have number 7mm layouts, 4mm layouts, 2mm layouts running on the day. You're welcome to come along, meet the members, talk to the people who built the layouts, and sometimes you even have a go at running the layout. It's always worth asking the question. Members are very keen to let you play along as well.
And just remember, it's free of charge, no charge for this particular day.
Yeah, plus you've got free parking outside the club room. It does get quite busy, so advisable to get here as early as possible. But we've also got lots of facilities around the club, so there's a chip shop down the road. So if you want to come, come in the morning, go get some lunch, then come back in the afternoon, you're welcome to do so.
Light refreshments are available in the club room.
Okay, but the key thing we've got this year, which is a bit different to normal, is we're going to have a modelling competition. I know a few of the people involved have already put this on their YouTube channels, but the idea is to have 4 teams. I can now announce the 4th team, but the first team will be Richard at Everard Junction and Richard of New Junction, so they're going to make up team 1. Team 2 will be David Watson of Dean Park Station and myself. Team 3 will be Gary Payne at Cheeky Tech and David Jones of Cottage Moor. And Team 4, a bit of a rematch from the Great Model Railway Challenge. We've got Callum Wilcox and Adam Ashford. So that's going to be quite an interesting,
Should be really good.
an interesting rematch, really, for
For
you all.
And I think, Andy, am I right in thinking the idea is that these teams will have a small diorama to construct during the course of the weekend,
Absolutely.
of the day.
Absolutely, Paul. Justin's kindly donated 4 baseboards. So they're
Justin from?
scale model scenery.
Right, okay, good.
So they're 200mm by 400mm baseboards. So kindly donated. Batman have come and helped out and going to supply some scenic equipment for us. Again, very kind of them. And they're hoping to be here on the day with a display stand. So
Excellent.
And hopefully Richard will be around so you can ask him questions.
That's Richard Proudman. Their marketing manager.
WWS have kindly offered some layering systems. So again, static grass. So again, Martin will be here on the day so you can ask him questions. He's going to have a trade stand so you can come and buy bits off him. Justin is he's going to have a trade stand here on the day, so a lot of his new kits he's going to have on display so you can have a look at them, buy bits and pieces off him. Fantastic really.
Yeah, it'll be certainly something a bit different for us on our open days, and I think one of the purposes of this really is to try and involve those of you who are on YouTube, etc., to get a bit more involved with us and to get more involved with the club. It's an ideal opportunity to come see what we're about and what we get up to. And hopefully you'll feel part of it and perhaps want to get more involved and enjoy your modelling more.
And at the end of the day, these dioramas will be auctioned off, so it'll be your chance to own a piece of Everard Junction, New Junction, Dean Park Station. So all these guys are giving their time, so these dioramas will be auctioned and money will go to charity. So
the charities, the Macmillan charities,
So
great,
great cause. It's a big thing for the club. We've always supported. So come along, 11 till 4. Get involved. Come and meet us, and we hope you enjoy the day.
Excellent. So thanks, Andy, for that. So we'll keep you updated on the exhibition. Keep an eye on the website to see what's going on. Hope you've got the dates in the diary. It's going to be a fantastic show again. Lots to see, lots of inspiration. Naturally, the full trade, and we'll talk about the trade in due course and manufacturers. So thanks for watching. See you at either our open day on the 7th of July or at the NEC. Thank you.
See you soon.